Good evening, sir. Second degree, sir. Yes.
Dual degree.
Sir, dual degree, no, sir. It is a minor degree, sir.
Which one that you?
Sir, like with our regular course, if we opt for, not mandatory for everyone, sir, if we opt for, you can have some additional courses. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, if we are having 5 subjects, sir, with that we can have 2 more subjects of mechanical parallelly with the ongoing majors.
So you were in Siddhant project.
Yes.
Sir, how was the experience like?
Sir, the experience was both spiritual and knowledgeable. Sir, I got to know more about the Jagannath cult, and with that, sir, I learned various aspects of civil engineering, management, and my training period was also going on there. Sir, it was a very good experience.
But people say that the Prelim project was a wastage of money.
No, sir, it is not exactly the wastage of money. Sir, it beautified the whole campus.
But that air-conditioned corridor,
yes,
that was built. Now, for the
yes,
garbage management, they will install down the drain.
Yes, sir.
Was it justified? Was it well visualized? That time will come that it will be no time, it will be dismantled.
So, sir, when sometimes the new government comes, discontinue some of the
new government not because necessary. How is garbage will been conducted well?
Yes, sir.
Kasi jaga madi was na that encroach upon the land. You garbage tumar corridor madi was dilo. So temple admission corridor that has to be totally dismantled. So to facilitate the passage of the chariot to move.
Yes. Sir.
So when Parikrama vision was conceived, this aspect was a lost sight of. Then we invested money, but it has to required to be demolished after some time for a car festival, conduct of car festival.
Yes, sir.
So they are planning the goal. Second thing is some of the historical sites, historical heritage places were damaged.
Yes.
So how can you can our objective is to protect and is to preserve. But that was broken, dismantled.
Sir, but
and you can restore it completely also.
But there is a SOP for every guideline, sir. You have to get clearance from NGT. You have to get clearance from Archaeological Survey of India.
So, but that aspect was not.
It was not done, sir. There is a rule that from the 100-meter radius from the temple, you can't build any superstructures. But the SJRC, that the recreational corridor that was being built, that was within 100 meters. So later it was removed from the project and it was not built.
Why do you leave the data graduate engineering?
Sir, it was becoming monotonous for me, and sir, there has always been my aspiration to at least keep the exam for civil services.
What civil service provides? And basically, what aspect attracts and motivates you to join the civil service?
The civil services comes up with various challenges. So like suppose when any disaster hits Odisha. Sir, if any disaster hits Odisha, like any cyclone is coming, or there is a sudden lightning that will be forecasted by IMD. So in that aspects, we have to take some good decisions, taking a lot of aspects into account.
Now we have a system in place to take care of those aspects. In managing disasters.
Yes, sir.
Whatever we have put in a system in place, what is that system?
Exactly, sir. I can recall, but the early warning systems are being implemented.
Early warning system, then.
And sir, also sir, we are making cyclone ready villages, like Nodia Sai is there.
There are stages of operation. First,
sir, first we will initially, sir, we will like communicate that a disaster is approaching first. So then we will manage during the disaster.
Forewarning. I will give the warning actually.
Forewarning, sir.
Forewarning.
So after that, sir, we will go for like the management during the
planning. Then
evaluation. Sir,
then search, rescue.
Sir, after the
disaster strike.
Yes, sir.
So then
sir, rescue and rehabilitation will continue.
What do you mean rehabilitation?
Rehabilitation means, sir, suppose due to any.
Which aspect? Rehabilitation and resettlement, how they are different?
Sir, resettlement is basically suppose, sir, in case of tribals, a development project is being installed.
Okay.
The fundamental difference.
Please go ahead. restricting something, na?
Yes, sir.
What?
Sir, in that sense, sir, both are technically maybe different, but like
They are different, not technically, otherwise.
yes,
Because resettlements, you relocate people there.
Yes, sir.
Rehabilitation is their economic aspect. So you take care of these things, so their livelihood is restored. They get some source of income.
Fine.
Resettlement is their location. They get a habitation actually. You locate there. You relocate there. Okay.
okay, fine, sir, got it.
What's the way? Entire thing gone. So what do you do? So you have to relocate elsewhere. There's mining activities. So people will be displaced. So they will be relocated. That is known as resettlement. Rehabilitation is their financial aspect.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Amara, that is an authority overseeing this aspect, planning, prevention, and response. कौन से ना national level अच्छी हमारा state level भी अच्छी
The national level there is National Disaster Management Authority and
yes हमारा state level है
sir, state level रे हमारा अच्छी Odisha State Disaster Management Authority.
correct then who heads that authority the National Disaster Management Authority is headed by whom
Sir, it is chaired by the Prime Minister of India.
it is chaired by the Prime Minister
Sir, in state, sir.
correct अच्छा we tell that it was super cyclone. You know how it is categorized. Super cyclone when it was hit Odisha.
Sir,
Coastal Odisha.
Sir, in the month of October in 1999.
After 1999. Why it is called super cyclone?
Sir, because the wind current's velocity was very high, around 270 km/h.
Wind velocity is dependent upon what?
That wind velocity is dependent upon the air gradient, the air pressure.
Air pressure difference.
Yes.
At the eye of the storm, what is the pressure?
Sir, the eye of the storm is a area of calm weather.
Why? Because of what?
Sir, because of anticyclone pressure created.
No. The pressure is zero. Pressure is totally minimum.
Yes,
there is no pressure there. No pressure difference.
Yes, sir. There is no horizontal gradient there across it.
Okay. Then what is the tornado and hurricane difference?
Sir, both are tropical cyclones. Sir, in Indian context, we call it tornado.
No, in Indian context. India is the
Sir, hurricane.
Tornado or typhoon? No.
Sir, typhoon. Sir, in the Pacific Ocean, there is called the typhoon, and in the Atlantic area, it is called a hurricane.
We experience more cyclone due to Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea.
Sir, we experience more cyclone in the Bay of Bengal side, sir.
Arabian Sea. More, because Odisha is there, we don't experience. Because Arabian Sea is more frequency.
Yes, sir, yes, got it, sir.
How the when the electromagnetic wave is radiated, in which waveform it comes?
Sir, it comes in, sir, short radiations.
Waveform there are two types of waves, na? And what type of wave it is?
Sir, electromagnetic waves.
Waveform category there are two types of waves, na? What is transverse or longitudinal?
Yes, sir.
It belong to which wave?
Sir,
which pattern of wave? Longitudinal or transverse?
Sir, transverse, I guess.
Why?
Sir, I'm not aware of.
Yes, transverse wave doesn't need a medium.
Yes, sir.
Whereas you need a medium for propagation because of elasticity.
Yes.
Because you deal with elasticity, mechanical engineering. Yes. Elasticity is longitudinal wave. You have compressibility, you have elasticity.
Compressible rarefactions go in.
What is the difference between polarization and interference?
Sir, polarization is the concept in which, sir, suppose a optical wave is going on. Sir, the waves have direction, the amplitude. Magnetic.
So two directions, perpendicular directions, they are propagating. Propagation one for the transfer of their vibration into perpendicular direction. Polarization
Sir, the transverse, the
one so only transverse wave can be polarized, not the longitudinal wave.
Yes,
longitudinal wave needs a medium. I would say medium they only propagate for you. Transverse you don't pass, block you.
I guess.
So it doesn't show polarization. Polarization is a transverse wave does. What do we know in anthropology?
Basically, anthropology is the study of humans across space and time.
Study of humans, study of human in society, its culture.
Yes, sir. Then it is a divided into many subparts. Like so there is sociocultural anthropology, there is biological anthropology where we read about climatology, medical anthropology. So then there is archaeology, we read about fossils and all. Then there is linguistics anthropology, we study about languages.
Galapagos Island and
Yes sir, Galapagos Island.
famous. Why?
Sir, it is famous because it is a workplace for Darwin's theory of evolution.
Theory of evolution.
There is a hill about in the Galapagos Island. Sir, in one side of the hill, the evolution, there is different evolution, and in other side of the hill there is different evolution.
Your annual feast was megalith.
Yes sir.
The microlith in the context of Indian history, what do you mean by microlith? Microlith.
So microliths are small weapons.
Stone tools.
Stone tools. Sir, when we are making big weapons, the flakes that come out of it are termed as microliths. So they are basically used for.
How microliths are advanced compared to the stone weapons that are used earlier? What's the main difference?
Yes, sir. As sir, the human evolved, sir, they went on.
The weapons were sharpened. Small and sharp. So there are broad weapons.
So the reason for being that, sir, when humans cleared the agricultural land, so then very less forest was there, and it was very there was very less time for them to attack and have an efficient weapon. So for that they went to make small and effective.
Yeah, when being an engineer, a technocrat, how can make a difference to the governance style and functioning?
Sir, being a technocrat, we have been in our academics and in curriculum, we have been exposed to many problem solving things. But also we have to take quick decisions at times. As a civil engineer, there is always, we have to think of factor of safety. In that aspect, you can consider any measures that you want to implement in the policy. And sir, recently the government has planned for.
You told that you are an engineer of structures, very engineer of machines and materials. Yes, but here you are dealing with social engineering. Because our governance is basically in the social engineering. How they are differentiated?
So in that sense, you have to see the end product. So suppose there are schemes that is in nutrition. So in that case, a doctor will be best suited to know the exact schemes, or he can at least suggest measures. So in the recent example, you can see lateral entity has also been initiated by UPSC, but later it was withdrawn. But so the government is also in the side of taking into more specialists.
Yes. Because of the typical nature of the job now become over encompassing actually. Wider gamut it is now being exposed. Our administration has been multidimensional now. Not a routine. Yes, so many challenges. Climatological problems, structural problems, biological problems, so many problems deal with this thing. Environmental engineering, carbon sequestration. What is carbon sequestration?
The carbon sequestration is the phenomena where we try to limit the atmospheric carbon and try to put it inside. Sir, sequestration sir apor grassland रे भी परिबो हमरो carbon sequestration.
Carbon sink.
Yes.
Carbon sink.
Sir, also in the deep oceans you are trying.
Deep oceans also you can store it.
Forest. Sir, and forest sir.
Green credit actually.
Green credit. The green credit is a scheme where like industries are trading carbon emissions in terms of like credit. Sir, one carbon credit is equals to 1 ton of carbon CO2 emissions.
That means most emitting polluters, they will provide for the alternative people who will give the carbon credit.
Yes, sir.
That is a paradox actually. These people, they will pollute and they will give an incentive to do that. But they give in the left hand, they take away the right hand actually. They will pollute. For that, they will, the other team, whoever it will be absorbed, they will give the credit because they will, that will be absorbed there actually. Just watching this thing.
Yes,
just because they have money, they are entitled to emit more. And they will compensate by way of forestation, say, so they get a capability transfer. So, NDC would achieve, yeah?
CSR is
NDC.
Sir, nationally determined contribution.
Yes. What is that?
Sir, I think this came in Glasgow Summit, COP26.
What does it mean actually?
So it means that every country will commit by themselves to the world that
limiting the emission and making a this thing carbon zero net zero.
Sir, India's plan is by 2070 they will go for net zero, and also they are also phasing down use of like hydrofluorocarbons.
Under what principle greenhouse? What is the greenhouse gas operated? What does the greenhouse gas operate? How? Why it is called a greenhouse?
So greenhouse gases. Basically, in cold areas, when
cold. What is there is a thermodynamic process.
Yes, sir. Sir, the waves that come from the sun are short wave. Their wavelength is short. Sir, once they hit the Earth's atmosphere,
because of the gas cover,
that they become into long wavelength. The radiations are also in long wavelength. But because of the gas cover, like some methane is there.
The gas they don't radiate back.
Yes.
That is the trap heat.
It is trapped.
So the heat is trapped. So heat is not doesn't go escape out.
Yes, sir.
So that means the emission hochi. The radiation there is no heat actually. But here emission is more, radiation is less. It is trapped. So that result in rising temperature.
Rising of temperature, sir.
That is particular element and contribute these greenhouse gases, air quality also.
Sir, tropospheric ozone.
Ozone is not
Major gas.
Major gas. Sir, carbon dioxide is there.
Carbon dioxide.
Methane is there.
Methane.
Nitrous oxide is there.
Correct.
Sir, chlorofluorocarbons.
Okay. I would have sulfur.
Sir, NF5 and SF6.
Carbon dioxide.
So,
That is the ozone depleting substance you are telling. CFC,
Yes,
SFC, they are ozone depleting.
ultraviolet. That is ultraviolet range. Ultraviolet now X-ray the difference. Ultraviolet now X-ray the difference.
Sir, ultraviolet and X-ray. Good a minute.
Wavelength का बात है?
That is the disadvantage.
Yes.
Sir, wavelength कार अधिका. Sir, सबुटु खाली कोई दूसरा wavelength सबुटु highest ला हमारा infrared रो. Radio waves रो wavelength सबुटु highest. तापरे sir ultraviolet rays. तापरे.
कौन बने को? ये धीरे धीरे कौन टेम्परेचर कौन? असले कौन? Ultraviolet में हर frequency is very high. फिर अतर wavelength कौन हो?
Sir, inversely proportional.
Low wavelength.
Low wavelength.
X-ray high wavelength.
X-ray high wavelength. Sir, radio
कितने हो? D into lambda कितने? That frequency into lambda is equal to
10 to the power minus 40.
3 into 10 to the power 8 velocity of light. What is the difference between tributary and distributary?
Tributaries are that part of the river. They join the main river. So distributaries are there if there is some rocky terrain there. Then the
distribute channel out. Manindra dita tributary gala dita distributary gala.
Sir, in Cuttack there is Kuakhai and
Kuakhai is not a distributary of Manindra direct.
Cuttack में बड़ा distributary बात चाहिए.
Sir, Kathojodi.
How would you ऊपर?
महानदी रा.
महानदी में बात है ना that barrage each barrage रा whatever barrage north barrage south. South रेला तो Kuakhai. नॉलेज पापा को ये
Sir, Birupa north रा sir.
Tributary?
Tributary से तो बहुत उड़ा चिंती
धीरे को.
ओंग है गला तेल है गला जो.
तेल तक कोटी अच्छी मिस्सी.
बोलांगीर बोर. सोनपुर.
अच्छा three-tier panchayat raj कौन पूछो तुम? What do you mean by three-tier panchayat raj system?
The three-tier panchayat raj system has.
What are the three tiers?
So there is at the base level there is Gram Panchayat. So then there is the collection of panchayats called Panchayat Samiti, and above that there is Jila Parishad.
Then what does the institutions are called as? What they are called? Local self government.
Local self government, sir.
Who is the chief executive officer of Jila Parishad?
Sir, the district collector is the chief
chief executive na chief dar head ki chief executive collector as collector chief executive head ki
Sir, I'm not aware.
president jila president
जिला परिषद
Yes, sir. Please, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अच्छा schedule area ki what is schedule area kaun what do you mean schedule area
The schedule areas are specific areas that have been mentioned in the Schedule 5 and 6 of the Constitution.
I don't just broad definition means which population is far more schedule area which population is outnumbers others population schedule tribe.
Yes, sir.
Whether more people, preponderant people belong to schedule tribe, that is known as the schedule area. अच्छा दार जी जिला परिषद हेड है वो से क्यों must have to be here. Can any community person from belonging to any community can be the president?
No, sir, sir. There is a reservation enshrined in the Constitution.
No. Especially if they other than tribal, nobody can.
There must be a tribal.
It must be a tribal.
In scheduled area, chairman जिला परिषद must be a tribal. Okay. क्या बोला
All the best. Good all the best.